Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2024 edition of the Easton Foundation's SoCal Showdown, coming to you from the Chula Vista Elite Archery Training Center here in Southern California. It's actually the Elite Athlete Training Center, and we're at the Easton Archery Center for Excellence here in sunny Southern Cal. And welcome to USA Archery's coverage of this, the third of 4 USAT Qualifier Series events of this year. Brought to you by Data Core Fund Services and Verona Real Estate Group, and presented by Win & Win. I'm George Tekmanchov, and I'm delighted to be joined by Sawyer Sullivan, one of the most outstanding athletes on the United States Archery Compound team right now. Just fresh back, both of us, actually, from Korea. Yeah. Sawyer, thanks for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited.
I'm looking forward to working with you over the next couple hours as we bring you the gold medal matches in the senior division of Compound, Barebow, and Recurve, and congratulations on your bronze medal match here today, your first appearance on the podium here in SoCal.
First appearance on the podium in SoCal. I'm super excited about it and excited for the rest of the season.
How do you feel about the venue and the event overall?
I always love SoCal. I've, shot throughout here through the youth, and this has always been my favorite event as a youth. It's always held and ran spotlessly. We've never had any issues here, no weather delays, no anything here. So it's beautiful weather, and I like a little bit of wind. You always have a little bit of SoCal, breeze from the ocean. So
sometimes
that's always,
a lot.
Sometimes a lot. But it's fun, It's a different challenge other than just shooting in dead calm. So it's fun.
Okay. Well, you know what? We've got a real firecracker of a series of matches coming up here, don't we?
We do. We have some of the best. I'm super excited and looking forward to watching these great archers shoot. And there's these compound women on Olivia Dean and Paige Pierce.
That'll be our first match as we're about to get underway. Compound men's match is going to be Bodie versus Mr. Perfect. Bodie Turner and Mr. Perfect, Mike Schlusser.
Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect was perfect against me today.
Yeah.
So he held his name.
Yep. And then we've got the Barebows and the Recurves to finish off as we're about to get underway with our first match. And here come our competitors. We've got Olivia Dean from Pennsylvania. She's got 2 wins so far this season in USAT qualification events, including another big event just last week in Korea where we saw her win the mixed team.
Yep. Me and her won the mixed team gold in Korea at the World Cup, and it was, she was awesome. She is super easy to work with and super fun to work with as a mixed team partner.
Well, you both did really well and made the USA proud, of course. And
Thank you.
I was privileged to be in their stands watching you guys shoot, and it looked like you interacted really well.
Yeah. We're both under 21, and we actually broke the world record previously. In qualification day, we shot the world qualification record.
But Olivia's got herself some tough competition today. One of the most seasoned, experienced competitors, Paige Pierce, world class from California. Paige has had a silver medal 4 years in a row here.
Ooh, that's a curse.
Well, maybe not. We'll find out as they're about to get underway. It's Olivia Dean and Paige Pierce. Paige Pierce shooting first on target number 2. This is 50 meters to the target. Regulation 80 centimeter World Archery target face. It's an 8 centimeter 10 ring. A little shy of 4 inches. And Paige opens with an X.
That was a good shot. It was breezy, that arrow.
Yeah. I'll watch the arrows. You watch the form. Tell me what you think.
All right.
Here's Olivia about to shoot. And Olivia with a 9 to open. Not what you want to do against a competitor of the caliber of Paige Pierce, but I think this is the first time Olivia's shot on this end of the field.
Yeah. This end of the field's also different in wind. They were practicing on the other end of the field, so we'll see if it has anything to do with it.
Okay, so Paige just dropped one low. It's a 9. Lots of time on the clock for Olivia there. 10 seconds now. And another 9. She has got to move her side, I would say.
Yeah, I would agree.
Both of those are low.
Those both look clean breaks.
Yeah, form-wise, they look good shots.
Yeah, form-wise, they look like good shots.
All right, can Paige capitalize? Yes, and she takes an X. So
Super
at this
strong
point, she's got 2 10s and a 9, giving her a 1-point minimum advantage right now over Olivia. Remember that for compounds, it's straight scoring, and there's a 10.
Yeah.
Almost out the top. I mean, it's inside, but it's right at the very top of the 10 ring, so that's a good correction.
That was a way quicker shot for Olivia. That was almost 3 seconds quicker, I think.
Just overall, what's her normal rhythm like compared to what you just saw?
Her rhythm is, off the first 2 shots, her rhythm is way faster than that. She held for a while there. But, you know, when we were shooting mixed team together, for sure, she was super quick, and which is good in the mixed team match because you don't want to waste time. You only have 20 seconds to get on the line and shoot an arrow, so per arrow.
It's also nice to make your opponents see that 10 down there and have to look at it and, you know, cogitate over it.
Yeah, right. So she's, you know, super quick, but I think, you know, with a little bit of nerves, you hold a little bit longer, you get a little bit tenser, and so.
Yeah, scoring's taking place right now. And, hey, we'd like to remind everybody that registration to open for the 2024 USA Archery Coaches Workshop, which is headed back to Colorado Springs.
Taking place September 21st through the 22nd. This event is a can't-miss opportunity for coaches looking to take their skills to the next level.
So head to usaarchery.org, register for that today. Look at that. You're like a pro, man.
Trying.
That was nice.
I'm trying. This
That
is
was
my
good.
first time, so
That was good.
we're going to try.
I for the first time in a while, I believe I might be able to ready to hand the microphone over permanently to somebody else.
Wow, I don't know about that quite yet, George.
All right. Well, let's see how it goes today. Meanwhile, scores are now official and on the board. Paige Pierce with a 1-point advantage. It is 28 points on the board for Olivia and 29 points on the board for Paige. So Olivia will shoot first on target number 1. And the DOS hits the whistle. The clock is running. Remember, you get 10 seconds to get to the line. Let me ask you, Sawyer, what are you, as a compound shooter, what are you thinking about at a time like this? Because you've been here before many times.
You're just trying to think about your shot. You know, you don't really want to focus too much on your competitor here. You're just trying to make good shots and follow your ribbon. That's a good 10 for Olivia.
It sure is. It's a 10 in the X-ring, in fact. You know, this is a good case here of, and there's a 10 from Paige. This is a great case of youth versus experience. They're both youthful, of course, but, you know, Olivia's what, 17? Something like that?
Yeah, she's 17, and, you know.
Yeah, and Paige is not. And, you know, I mean, you know, Paige, of course, has always been from the same age that Olivia's at right now. She's been a dominant force. Okay, there's a 9, and it's low again. Nothing above the center except for that
one arrow, that
third
quicker shot. Yeah.
So if you were giving her advice right now, would you
I'd
tell her to
move
speed up?
Yeah, speed up and maybe move your side a couple clicks low, just for comfort, right? Like when you're in a match, and
even if it's psychological clicks, right?
Yeah, there's a 9 from.
Yeah, that is a 9, and it's low.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Everybody's hitting low.
Yeah, I wonder why.
It's also a little bit different wind over here than when you're looking across at the practice field.
You notice it just shifted, so it's gentler, but there's a building down below us, and I have a feeling that affects what the archer detects on the line. Okay, there's a 10 from Olivia, so she's got a 29.
Yep.
Paige has an opportunity to match it.
She would still be up 1 then.
Correct. There it goes, and it's a 10. Probably a liner X. So
Paige is also on her quicker shot, shooting tighter groups when she's holding long. That 1-9 there that she shot low, I think, was a second or 2 longer hold. But you know, with this wind, it's harder for archers to keep their timing.
Paige has a pretty heavy hitter in the coach's box right now. That is Tanya Galantine, the one of the top archers in the world. You know, went out in the semifinals, but you know, she's got Paige working for her in there, or she is working for Paige in the coach's box right now.
Yep, it's super nice when you have, especially one of your good friends behind you in the coach's box.
Yeah.
You know, it's someone you trust for sure. It's easier as an archer when you're going out there and you have someone in the coach's box that you trust to make a good shot and listen to their advice. It's nice. It's nice to hear a helping hand.
You guys were working with Chris Webster when you were shooting your matches, and you know, I'll tell you, I was impressed with the unanimity of the U.S. team, the cheering, all the stuff that was going on in Korea. I mean, it was like, yes, or whatever. What's the catchphrase? Yep. And it was, you know, it was powerful, honestly.
Yeah, you know, we have a really young team.
Yes.
So we're all very well good friends. So it's really, really fun to see that, you know, they had a couple different chants. Like, so I think Casey, Catalina, and Jennifer came up with some.
I heard that one. Yeah.
She came up with catchphrases kind of for everybody that was on the final. So that was super fun and super meaningful when you're up there and you have a good team supporting you.
I like the team spirit that I detected. You know, I feel like maybe that's some of the most I've seen in several years, and it felt really nice as an American sitting there in the audience.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how the other people felt about it, but Team USA did themselves proud, and you, my friend, you really did a spectacular job in Korea with both of those medals.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're back into action. It's at the third end. This will be arrow number 7. We are now with a 1-point deficit for Olivia Dean. Paige Pierce has a 1-point advantage. Olivia, once again, will shoot first on target number 1 as she is the trailing archer by score.
The wind's picking up here a little bit, so we'll see
Yep.
how they can capitalize.
Yeah, and it's a liner, and it's in. It's high and right. I don't know what the spotters just called it, but I'm pretty sure that's a 10. And there's a 10. Paige is definitely, both her towardness and farness are real pretty much on.
She looks like she's found a rhythm.
I agree. Hey, that was a good shot there from
Yep.
Olivia. Solid. It looked powerful,
Yep.
and it paid off with a 10.
Yep, that was the quicker shot we see from Olivia.
Yep, I see what you're talking about there. That was definitely a good example. Here comes Paige. A little longer on this one, but it's a low 10.
Yeah, she had a little dip in the shot right before she fired, so I figured that one might be below the center.
Yeah. And that's just a visual thing, right? You see something, maybe you disagree with it, your body reacts.
Yep.
And there's a 10, 10, 10.
Much better timing for Olivia, those 3 arrows.
Yeah. Now, Paige knows how to capitalize, though. She is ahead, and she wants to stay there. So let's see what happens here.
It's really blowing.
Yep, it sure is. It just picked up. You could probably hear it over the microphones. It is a liner, and it might be out. It is so close to the line that I can't call it from here. If it's out by a millimeter, literally. So Paige and Olivia may possibly be tied. Very close.
Close match for sure.
Absolutely.
Especially in this wind, they're shooting well.
Yep.
It's tough, especially going on at finals venue and shooting in the wind because you don't know exactly what it's going to do and what's going to change.
Let me ask you a question as a, super high-level competitor.
Yeah.
In Recurve, we used to shoot 90 meters and then 70, 60, or 70, 60 for the women. Women shot 70, 60, 50, 30. Men shot 90, 70, 50, 30. Some of us old school guys feel like the sport kind of got dumbed down when we got pushed back to 70 meters. You guys have to shoot 50 meters. Would it be more interesting for you if you shot a intermediate size target at 70, for example?
Yes, or even same size target at 60 meters, and then that would be, I think, more fun to watch even too because, right now you're shooting 150, 149 and you're still losing.
Yeah.
So it'd be more interesting to see, I think, anything could happen. You'd see more 8s in finals and stuff if you pushed it back to 60 meters of the same target or a bigger target too, the 92 centimeters, something at 70 meters would be fun as well.
Well, to your point, earlier today our friend Jimmy Lutz came up to me and he showed me his phone and he had an arrow that was just shy of the world record, right?
Yep.
He 13x?
13x. He shot 12x's,
yeah. And his one arrow was out by a millimeter.
Just a hair.
That's what you guys are fighting over is millimeters now.
Paige's is just in?
Yep, it's in.
That was a good shot from Paige.
Yeah. Olivia with it's out.
Yeah, she did not like that shot.
Nope.
She
It's
threw her
high, by
bow.
the way.
Yeah. Yeah. She threw her bow.
Yep. All right, here's Paige Pierce, and it's a liner, but it's in. It's touching the line. And it's upwind.
Yeah, the positive side.
Yeah. Oh, another one. It's grouping, but it's not where she wants it. It's too high
I
now.
think they're breaking over there. She might be holding there for the win, but it's breaking too far left. Both those arrows should do the exact same thing.
They're both tall. And another 10 for Paige. Now, here's the deal. You're only going to have 6 arrows after this.
Yep.
Just got to put them down the middle. Starting now. A good correction.
Yep.
It's on the pro side. Perfect height.
Yep, she threw that one again too. So I don't know if
she doesn't like what she's seeing.
No.
Something's going on with her proprioceptive stability, right?
Yep,
She's perceiving something. You
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
see it, but it's something she feels.
And I think with the left to right wind, as a right-handed archer, it's not the way you would want to brace the bow normally.
Right.
You would have an advantage if you were a left-handed archer in this wind because then you can brace the bow.
Yeah.
So it's harder to hold in this left to right wind, especially like
For a right-handed shooter.
yeah, for right-handed shooters. So it's both these girls are right-handed shooters, so they're struggling even with a little bit of breeze because then you get blown off target more than you would have if it was a right to left wind.
If you're holding your hand open, viewers, if you're holding your hand open in front of you as if you're holding a compound bow in your left hand, you'll notice your hand forms a bit of a C, and the hand tends to move toward the C. That's
Yep.
what tends to happen. So, it's a fairly simple leverage issue, All right, scores are being confirmed at the target. I'm pretty sure that what we just called will end up being proven to be accurate. We have a 117 on the board for Paige Pierce, giving her potentially a 2-point advantage.
Yeah, 2-point advantage
And
going
there
to
it
the
is.
last end.
That's official. 2-point advantage going to the last end is normally not a recipe for success.
No.
So could this be breaking the curse
It
of
could be
4 years in a row?
4 years, second place in a row. That would be
Paige Pierce with an opportunity here. Didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. It's 4 years in a row that I don't think I think she's doing a good job of getting past the mental block maybe of.
Oh, if you know Paige.
Yeah, there's
she's
no
got,
mental block.
She's got no mental blocks.
True. But it's.
But I hear you. Okay, there's a nice solid X.
Yep. Putting a little bit of pressure on.
Well, this is what you want right now. She's got no choice. She's got to
Yep.
deliver. Here comes Paige. A little longer, felt softer, sounded softer, but it's a 10. It's a low 10, but it's a 10. Olivia's just got to deliver these last 3
Yep.
arrows here to put any pressure on Paige. Okay,
Yeah.
there it is, but it's just out. It's this high. I'm showing Sawyer 2 millimeters between my fingers.
Just out of the 10.
Just out. Barely out. Okay, Paige wants this medal. You can tell.
She's looking super, super strong.
Yeah.
Both of those shots have been quick
And a nice shot from
Yep, good
Olivia.
finish.
She's got
Good
herself
finish.
a nice 10. But this is academic. All Paige has to do is put it in the 8. And there it is.
Yep.
Another 10, 10, 10 for victory. The first win for Paige Pierce. After a string of 4 years' worth of silver medals, she finally takes home the gold.
Yeah. Super exciting for Paige. She shot super well.
Yeah.
She's got to be happy. And Olivia shot well, too,
Yeah.
So,
2 greatly respected competitors up there, and I'll tell you what, you can't really have a favorite in that kind of a match.
No.
They're both great shooters, both great representatives of USA Archery, and Paige absolutely deserves that gold medal that she just captured.
yeah, 100%. And then Olivia has to be happy because she's dominating this year.
Yes.
2 firsts and a second and 3 USATs. I mean, that's
Incredible.
incredible. Yeah, incredible shooting. So she has to be happy still.
Yeah. And don't forget, I mean, you guys are still dealing with a little jet lag too, I imagine.
Yeah, I had the worst jet lag I've ever had ever coming back from Korea. I was sleeping 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
I'm sure you were the same way. It was
Well, I just
so
got
hard.
back. I
You
spent
got
a week
back-
in
oh,
Japan.
Yeah, you were in Japan.
Yeah, I was in
afterwards,
Japan
right?
for a week after you. So here's the deal, viewers. I actually got to hang out with Sawyer and the rest of the U.S. team at the Incheon Airport
Yeah.
Lounge,
Yeah.
the KAL Lounge. And we hung around and ate Korean food and had a good time. But right now, before we go into more of that, let's head down to the field of play where a richly deserving gold medalist is standing by.
The amount that you've won in this game, are you aware of your record here? 4 silvers in a row.
I heard him say it as we were getting ready to walk to the line, and I'm glad I did because I was like, okay, not again. Like every year here, I feel like I'm prepared. The final is always more windy than what we're used to shooting. And I feel like hearing that was almost a little bit of a reset for me. It was like, no, I don't want silver. Like pull your head out, put your arrows in the middle. It's not that hard.
So for all of the events that you've won, I mean, sometimes the ones that you don't win stick with you more than the success. But you say you weren't even aware going in until George let you know.
I wasn't. Like, I know I've taken a lot of seconds here, like for sure, and to different people, like Tanya, Alexis, Toya, Probably
Alexis
another
twice.
one. Yeah, I'm forgetting. And so I know that I take second here a lot. I think I've won this tournament before. I'm sure I have. But today it meant a lot just because it's been a busy schedule. I just saw you last week at Field. So coming into this, I was obviously hoping for a good outcome. And when you get out here, like Olivia has won the first 2 events, I want to touch on that because it's a pretty incredible thing to do. So of course she's got that momentum and that confidence going in from winning the first 2. This was my first medal match of the season. I haven't been attending World Cups, so I was a little bit more nerved up than normal, but it didn't really show in my performance, but I could feel it.
Talk about, as you say, Olivia, 2 in a row, Arizona Cup, Gator Cup, made it again to another one. Such a young talent, but you kind of had to shake her off towards the end.
Yeah, I mean, she shot amazing. That was a really close match the entire way through, and watching her shoot at the last couple events, like I expected nothing different. The women's division is coming up every year. Obviously, she's a young up-and-comer, and she's going to be a force to be reckoned with. She already is. She's proving that. I think she's going to be consistent over the next years, and I'm just going to try to do the same and keep hanging in there.
Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
Super high praise from one of America's most accomplished female competitors, Sawyer, as a well-deserved gold medal is taken home by Paige Pierce. We've got another great match coming up.
Another great match with 2 incredible shooters that both have a long list of medals and
one longer than
titles.
the other to be sure, but one of these guys
is a lot younger than the other.
And I mean, what can you say about Bodie Turner other than Vegas champion at the age of 15?
Yeah, I mean, Vegas, Lancaster, he's no stranger to the final venue. So
Absolutely. And he has the benefit of his dad's shot IQ program, which a lot of top competitors have taken on as part of a mental training program. But he is up against Mr. Perfect, Mike Schlusser.
Yep, and with Mike, you can't miss many when you're going against Mike. He has Mr. Perfect because he's Mr. Perfect. You can't miss that many when you go up against him, and you have that mindset. It's a different mindset when you shoot against him.
World champion, World Cup champion, and he is simply on a tear lately, as you know. I mean, you've come up against him several times. He did not prevail over you in Korea, but you guys didn't actually. Did you have to shoot against it? You didn't shoot against each other in Korea, did you?
Oh,
you did.
Semifinal.
Semifinal.
Yeah, on the stage, we shot against each other, and it was close. We ended up going to a 1-arrow shoot-off.
Okay.
So it was we both shot 10s in a 1-arrow shoot-off. You know, it was just closer. So, it's when you go against Mike, you have to be on your A game.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Bodie is going to have to do to prevail here today. So we'll see, because we have 2 deserving champions, Bodie Turner of Washington State, Mike Schlusser of the Netherlands. And we're about to get that match underway as those 2 archers are standing by and ready to go.
Just in time for the wind to pick up even more.
You notice that?
Yeah.
Yep. You can probably hear it a little over the mics, folks out there. We've got wind protectors on our mics, and yet still we're getting some of that noise coming across the feed. Sorry about that, by the way, but we're actually sheltered and we're getting that.
Yeah. You can't really see it on the flags at the target, but you can see it in the flags above that it's ripping.
Yeah. The American flag up by the visitor center here at the former Olympic Training Center, now the Elite Athlete Training Center, that is owned now by the municipality of Chula Vista. That flag has always been a great indicator to us archers of exactly what was really happening here.
The targets are protected by that building, like George was saying. So it's you can't look at the flags on the targets to get your wind indicator. You're going to have to look at either the flags above the target, the U.S. flag that's right here, or you're going to have to look at like he said, the U.S. flag that's right in the middle of the train center. Yeah.
And so, as we're about to get underway, we've got Bodie and Mike, and it looks like Mike is shooting first on target number 2.
Yeah, Mike is a higher seed, so he gets to pick if he shoots first or second.
And he does like to drop it in there and let the other guy stew about it. I'm going to rely on you to look for the potential for Mike detonations as we get closer to the end here. Opening arrow's a liner.
Yeah, that was a...
Spotter said it's a 10. I bet you the judges are going to have to look at it.
Yeah, he did not like that shot. He got caught by the wind right as he fired.
Bodie with a 10.
Yeah.
It's a liner as well. It's out the bottom, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's keep an eye on whether that's a trend with the gentleman as well. By the way, Bodie's got Paige Pierce in the shooter box. If anybody's going to be able to give good advice right this moment, It's going to be Paige. All right, there's a 10 from Mikey. They're both tall. Mikey, of course, has his wife, Gabby, top archer from Netherlands in the recurve category, helping the Netherlands women just make their first Olympic team in 32 years. All right, there's an X from Bodie.
Yeah, much better shot there. He definitely liked that one more.
Let's watch the timing of Mike Schlusser here, because, you know, sometimes when he holds longer.
That was a good shot.
It
right,
was.
Mike? He knew that one was there.
It's close to ideal timing, and it's just out of the X ring. Still tall, by the way. Bodie looks solid as a rock, but his follow-through almost looked like a Sawyer Sullivan follow. 10-10-10 on that one.
Yeah.
So unofficially right now, it looks like we're probably going to see a 1-point lead for Bodie. Let's see what happens when the judges take a close look.
The judges will look at that. And, by the way, I want to add that Gabby, Mike's wife, is going to be in the final venue later today.
Yep, that's right.
We will see her shoot against Casey Caulfield here in a couple matches.
Yep, absolutely. So it's going to be USA versus Netherlands once again for the recurve women's final, and we've got an All-American recurve men's final coming up. But before all those will be our Barebow matches this afternoon. And we've got the ever-popular, it's listed here as Joanna, but we all know she's really Cindy Zacco. And we've got sort of a, I would say, unexpected but really talented shooter coming from Canada who beat the top American by 28 points in the qualifying round. Yeah. And he's going to be up against Chris Garcia of California for the Barebow men's final. Chris, of course, is our current USA field national champion in Barebow.
Oh, so he's coming off a win.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that could be very entertaining.
Yeah, some momentum.
Barebow is always entertaining, regardless of.
Yeah, it is, because you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and neither do they. All right. I've been accused of unfairly picking on Barebow, but it's only because of how they dress. All right. And we're about to get back underway, and it is a clean score from both gentlemen.
30-30, so he got that one in.
He did indeed.
That was close.
It was. He earned it.
Yep.
And we're back in action, and we're back in the original shooting order since we have a tied score. Mike Schlusser preparing to shoot first on target.
Bodie has a broken knock, so he's taking that arrow out.
Okay. Was it Bodie that had it, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's why we check these things.
Yeah, a little longer hold.
Yeah, a lot longer hold, and it dropped it into the 8 o'clock zone of the 9 ring.
Yeah.
That is not what he wanted. Not against Bodie. Obviously not against anybody, but especially not against Bodie. Okay, there's a 10.
Yeah. A little longer for Bodie, too.
What do you think? It feels like the wind is moderated.
Yeah, the wind died down. Maybe they're used to the wind and bracing for the wind.
That can happen.
Yeah, much better timing for Mike there.
Mikey gets credit for an X from the spotters. It's on the line of the X ring, but it's a 10 nevertheless.
Ooh, little dip from Bodie.
Uh-huh. We've seen that before, but it didn't cost him.
Nope.
10 points.
On the low side?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so far Bodie with a 1-point lead.
Wind's
Mike
picking up from the other way this time.
Oh, another 9 right there where his other 9 was. I mean, he's grouping, but it's not where he wants to be.
The winds shifted right before he shot that arrow.
This could have been a very expensive couple arrows for Mike Schlusser. We'll find out what Bodie capitalizes on with it here. And there's a 10-10-10 from Bodie, giving him a 2-point advantage. Now, what do you think? You know, as a compound guy mentally right now, let's say you're 2 points down. What are you thinking right now? What are you going to do?
I got to hit the rest of them.
Yeah.
You know, you have, especially in a final venue against these decorated shooters, you have to hit the rest of them, you know?
Sure.
And that's, you know, some people think like that, or some people just think, you know, keep shooting the shot that I need to. But, you know, I I need the little bit of pressure, extra pressure of having to hit them all. Because, you know, if you hit them all, you still have a chance of winning. You know, you're only 2 ends in and down 2. You know, there's 3 ends to go, 2 29s by your opponent. And if you clean the rest, then you're still in the game.
Scores are official, and on the board it is a 2-point deficit for Mike Schlusser. So he will continue to shoot first as he's trailing.
Shooting first in the wind necessarily sometimes isn't a advantage, because you don't know where the wind's going to hit. Sometimes you like to see what the other athlete is going to shoot, you know?
Sure, it's the old fire for effect deal.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting thought. Quite frankly, when I was shooting, and I shoot recurve. My attitude was, I'm not shooting against this other guy.
Yep.
It's me and that target, and I would just try to shoot the strongest shots I
Yeah.
could in the wind. That was my attitude about it.
Yeah, wind picked up again here. Mike is definitely battling it.
It definitely did, and look how long he's holding.
Yeah.
This is really affecting him a little bit here. Oh, no, it's up the downwind side here.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I've got flags going one way, flags going another way. I can't really tell you what the downwind side was. Either way, it went out the right-hand side.
Yep.
Good height, though. Okay, Bodie also dropped one.
Yeah, low.
Yep.
He did not like that shot. That was even quicker than his normal. So.
Uh-huh. Maybe the bubble was, or sorry, the aperture was not where he wanted it when he cut it loose.
Mike's stronger
Mike
there.
just shot a good, strong shot into the 10 ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us what you see on Bodie's shot here.
Much stronger there.
Yeah, and there's an X.
Yeah, much, much stronger. He didn't bobble or anything there.
You can almost hear it.
Yeah.
There's absolutely a different sound the bow makes with certain shot.
Mike's dipping here a little bit.
Yeah.
Longer hold.
And it's the top of the 10 ring he's in. But, you know, right now Bodie could stretch this into a 3-point lead.
Yeah. Much super strong shot.
2 10s and a 9.
Oh, he missed that one.
Well, he had a 9 previously. So
Oh, that's right. Yeah. But he.
so we got a 1-point difference right now. Let's see here. Let me double check that. Do I have that right? Yeah. 1-point difference.
Yeah.
In favor of Bodie. Okay, that takes us to 9 arrows complete and 6 arrows to go. 15 arrow matches. Straight scoring for the compound gentlemen. They're shooting 50 meters, about 54 yards and a little bit of change.
Yeah, 54.6.
That's correct.
To be exact.
Very good. I usually get accused of being too exact on stuff like that. That's why I said it the way I did. But now that
Now
I've got
you
you
can
on
accuse
board,
me, yeah.
no, I'm not going to accuse you. That's exactly the kind of thing I like to hear.
89-87.
Yep, 2-point
right.
difference in favor of Bodie Turner.
Yeah.
California man.
See if Mike would have hit all of those, then there would have been a little bit more pressure on Bodie. So that's the mentality of you have to hit them all once you go down a couple points.
Sure. They both look fairly relaxed, but
Oh yeah.
I have a feeling Mike's about to get serious. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah. Mike's up first.
Yeah. It's a nice couple, Mike and Gabby. They support each other. They travel around the world just shooting archery. I'm as likely to run into them in Taiwan as I am here in Chula Vista. It's a 9 out the top.
He held that for
Yeah, it's something going on
seconds
with
more, yeah.
something he does not like with what he's seeing, and it's making him hold longer,
Yep.
I bet. Bodie, on the other hand, is looking pretty solid.
a lot of wind on this shot, though.
Yes.
He's fighting it for sure.
Oh, upside. 9 ring.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at the 2 targets, Mike is a little more in the center. He's high on that first shot.
Definitely some more wind here.
And, another Mike miss, excuse me. And it was in the 9 ring again.
To the right?
To the
Yeah.
right.
I wonder if they're
4 o'clock. Bodie with a shot right in the same spot. 4 o'clock, 9 ring.
Yeah. The wind. I don't know if the wind picked up more and it's affecting the arrows more now, so they're not aiming off enough.
I don't think that they're getting the right feel of it either.
No.
I think it's okay. There's a 10 for Mike.
Yeah.
Bodie looking for a 10 here to at least maintain what he's got. And there it is.
Yep.
X ring. Notice no wasted time on that one.
No, he shot that one and he knew it was there before he fired.
Yep.
So he was super, super confident in that finish. You can tell in his finish, if his bow goes super, super straight towards the target, you know that's going to be there.
You suppose he knows how lucky he is to have a Paige Pierce in the coach's box behind him right after she comes off a gold medal win?
She can give him perfect advice on the wind, on how she handled it and what to do,
You couldn't ask for a better scenario.
definitely
really,
not.
Seriously. It's just amazing. And the fact that she's generous enough to spend time to do something like that, that's also pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just, helping each other out.
Yep.
They both come from the same general part of California. Or actually, Bodie's from Washington.
Yeah, Bodie's from Washington.
I know I accused him of being from California earlier.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to do that.
He spends a lot of time at his Montana place as well.
Oh, yeah.
So I know I want to go up there and do some hunting this fall. So I'm
does some long range rifle too, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So gonna have to go and steal some of his thunder.
3 shots to go.
3 arrows, and Bodie's looking super strong. You know.
Oh, absolutely.
So 2-point advantage going to the last end. Wind's died down a little bit now, so Bodie has to be happy about that.
No doubt. It's a big deal to be able to beat Mike Schlusser. Let's find out if he can pull it through. Here comes Mike. And there's a 10.
Yep.
Don't count him out yet.
I noticed he fired that at 11 seconds instead of 5, so that
Okay.
was a 6-second faster shot.
Here comes Bodie, and he's holding a little longer, but not much. Oh, there's a 9.
Yeah, he did
Okay,
not
that
like
trims
that.
it down. 2 arrows to go. 1 point
point
difference in favor of Bodie. Mike needs to pile on the pressure here. And he does.
Yeah.
There's a 10. Probably a liner X. Okay. Now, Bodie cannot afford anything less than a 10 right now. Oof, it's a liner. It caught the line.
Okay.
It's a 10.
Yeah.
All right, Mike needs to put this to bed with another 10 to put the final pressure on Bodie. But Bodie is a kid that responds well to pressure. It did not work out. That's a 9.
Yep.
That opens the door. Bodie just
9
needs
to
to
win.
shoot a 9.
Gold.
Gold for gold. Your champion is Bodie Turner with a 10. Silver medal for Mike Schlusser.
Yeah, Bodie shot well that time. He, that match, he really handled the wind well. When it was super windy that end, he didn't give up.
It's not a small feat to dominate Mike Schlusser.
Yeah, no.
Wind or not, Bodie Turner absolutely outright won this match, and that was a spectacular performance from both these gentlemen. That was a privilege to watch. That was something else.
That was a good round of archery.
Really
Fun
good
to watch.
Well, they're going to make it official, of course, with the judges down there. There he is, Bodie Turner, your champion, ladies and gentlemen.
Shooting a Matthews title 36.
Okay. Easton X10 arrows.
Yeah.
Like Easton regular X10 arrows, not the Pro Tours.
Not Pro Tours, yeah.
So, doing the real wild thing, probably cutting some stuff out the back.
All right. Mike was shooting the same ones.
Well, let's head down to the field of play right now where USA Archery's Richard Fleming's got our champion.
Feel it? Do you feel it at the start of a week that it's going to be your week? The kind of archery you've been putting on over the last few days is phenomenal.
Thank you. It's shooting bows at this point. Doesn't matter really what it is. Just try and do my best.
But again, what was your form coming in? How did you just feel mentally?
I felt fine. I've been shooting not a ton leading up to this, but I've been shooting a fair bit still, trying to get ready for it.
Just talk us through that gold medal match then, because you're up against Mr. Perfect, and there's, he's not going away. How do you stay focused?
I just got to keep running my shot. The wind always makes it pretty difficult, but as long as I can pay attention to the wind to a certain extent and keep running my shot, it typically goes pretty good for me.
And you had Paige in your corner, and she's obviously just won gold. She was familiar with the conditions. What was she able to offer, having just been out here?
She said she wasn't holding off too much on this field a lot of the time. On this left side, you don't get a ton of wind drift. Just kind of goes over the arrows just a touch, but yeah, it's always nice to have Paige in your corner.
And we got one of your fellow compound archers, Sawyer Sullivan's in our booth, Jimmy Lutz, Chris Sharp, Braden Gellens. Phenomenal depth to the compound division to come out here and take gold. What does it mean?
It means a lot. I get to shoot with these guys every shoot, and it's always just so much fun to get to go out and have the same people, and we always have a great time.
A little extra special that you're beating Mr. Perfect?
It's always fun to shoot with Mike. I've got to do it a couple times now, and it's always fun.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What an outstanding performance from Bodie Turner, ladies and gentlemen. That is the bearing of a champion right there.
Yeah,
good work.
He shot super awesome. He's a good friend of mine, so it was super nice to see him succeed today. Mike is one really good friend of mine as well, so you don't know who to root for when you're going against them. So USA Archery has introduced the USA Archery Insiders Club, a new initiative which allows fans to get involved and support the sport they love. There are 3 levels of membership, gold, silver, and bronze, with each level providing varying levels of access to exclusive content, merchandise, United States Archery team memorabilia, and other benefits. Join today at usarchery.org.
All right. Hey, look at this. Look what we've got coming up.
Barebow.
We're going to have some fun, ladies and gentlemen, as we're about to have a couple of fun folks head out to the field of play for the Barebow Women's Gold Medal Final. Always fun to watch the Barebows because, you know what, they are the ones having fun out here. No doubt about that.
They definitely eat up every moment on the field. It's fun to watch.
Absolutely. And the DOS is about to introduce our two competitors.
Barebow as well shoots at 50 meters or
Yep.
54.6 yards.
But
if you
they
wanna
get the bigger
exact.
target.
They do. They get 122 centimeters. I don't know how well it would go if they shot 80 centimeters. It'd be interesting.
I think I know how it would go, and I don't think they would like it very much.
No. A 10 would be way more impressive, though.
Well, absolutely, and they still are.
They have no sights, nothing, no long stabilizers,
Yeah.
nothing to aim off of. They have to aim off of.
I mean, they're using their arrow point.
Yeah, they're using their arrow
And they
point.
can crawl up and down the string.
Yeah. Yep.
But here's the big thing that they don't have that you and I both benefit from. It's a way to disconnect yourself from actually executing the shot. In my case, it's a clicker. In your case, it's a release aim.
Yep.
They got to do it,
Everything by hand.
old school. All right, here she is once again. We've got on target 1, we've got Diane Cochran from Washington. And Diane was up 24 points in qualification.
That is a substantial lead,
But her opponent is Cindy Zacco from Texas, Joanna Zacco, but she goes by Cindy. She's the Arizona Cup champion, the Gator Cup champion, and she won in shoot-offs both times.
Whoa. She has some momentum coming into this one.
No doubt. So let's see what happens. So Diane is on target 1. Cindy is on target 2. Barebow action here in Southern California at the Easton Archery Center for Excellence, a legacy facility specifically envisioned by Jim Easton, the late Jim Easton, the great man who did so much for archery around the world. This is one of the shining jewels of his accomplishments, this facility here in California. Opening arrow is a 9 for Cindy. You know what? I'll bet you that's a 10.
Whoa.
I'll bet when the judges look at that, they might call that a 10. And there's a 9. Hey, you know what?
That's good shooting for.
Really good.
Yeah, right off the gate.
Yes, sir. And a 9.
Wow.
Height,
This is impressive.
Height is perfect. In fact, these two ladies, their height, arguably, is better than what the compounds were doing earlier. Oh, that's a little bit out there. It's in the blue ring. That's a 6. Still, the height's good. Cindy's got herself an 8.
Yeah, that'll take the set.
Yep.
I believe.
Yep,
So
no doubt. That's academic. And there's a 8 ring. So first set will go to Cindy. That means that we will have Diane shooting first when we resume after the official score. Now watch for, let's see here, and that was with it being a 10. So yeah, this is settled for this first set.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. And Barebows follow the same as Recurve, which set points first to 6 win. So it's, if you have a higher 3 arrow value than your opponent in this end, you get 2 set points. And so you have to do that 3 times to win the set. And if you tie a set, if both would shoot like 25s or 26s, then you would both archers would get 1 set point each.
The ultimate goal, settle this in 9 shots.
Yeah, that's the biggest, I win.
Weather conditions, what's your general observations right now? It looks like the light has been moderated by a little bit of cloud cover back in the marine layer behind us.
Yep. When the clouds come over, you can definitely tell that the wind dies down a little bit more than when it's super sunny out.
This softer light is an advantage for Recurve and Barebow. And the reason is because if you get a strong light and you get strong shadow, the way you perceive your string, remember, we don't have a peep.
Yep.
The way you perceive your string can be affected if you have this sort of flatter light like we just have received in the last few minutes, with that sun being somewhat attenuated by the June gloom here in San Diego. you will have a better time from the standpoint of left-right alignment.
That makes sense. I actually never knew that.
Now, with your peep, you also have a similar phenomenon in different lighting conditions, right?
Yep.
Because sometimes in dimmer light, you want maybe a little bigger peep.
Yeah. Yep. Especially indoors.
But it doesn't affect your lefts and rights as much as far as that sort of thing goes.
Yeah.
We got no peep, so
you just have to base it off your string.
And that can get ugly when the when the light is super bright or super dim.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another one out there in the 6 ring.
Almost the same spot, it looks like.
Yeah, almost the same spot.
Yeah.
It's within 2 inches of that other hole. Cindy bringing the heat, and it is on the pro side. It is good height, but it's in the 7 ring. And forming a group.
Yep.
7 ring, little low, little left. And a 7.
So 1 point. 1 point advantage for Cindy.
Correct. For this set, a 1 point advantage, 2 set point advantage so far for Cindy. And there's another one. That's a group for sure.
Yeah.
I mentioned earlier the light changed. Maybe, possibly, could have affected things. And there's a 9.
Yeah, she takes that set.
Taking that set now, it's 4-0 in the favor of Cindy.
I would tell Diane to move her sight, but I don't think she can.
I'll bet she'd come over here and slap you if you said that. What she can do, though, what a lot of the barebow shooters do, is they actually can count threads relative to their knocking point, and she could move up or down a thread as needed.
Yep.
And that could be a technique that could be used. Not every barebow shooter does it, but a lot of them do, and she can absolutely do that. Sort of dial it in and adjust it. So there's that. It's I represented the U.S. on a World Games team once, and the team round is barebow, compound, and recurve back then.
That is awesome.
It was awesome, and the barebows always saved our bacon. They were always the ones that would come through in the clutch. I'm going to give credit where it's due. We would often benefit greatly from the performance of the barebows.
It's just like we have a collegiate nationals.
Yeah.
And our barebows this year, because I go to Texas A&M University.
Yeah.
And this year our barebows, really, really saved us, to win their Texas A&M championship.
Same kind of deal.
Yeah, exactly. So they're, got to give credit where credit is due.
100%. All right, we're back in action. It's a 4-0 advantage for the woman who has won the Arizona Cup and the Gator Cup so far this year. Will she take home gold from SoCal?
4-0, it's looking good.
But Diane Cochran is not going to just lay over. Let's see what happens. And there's another one out the left. It's an 8 ring, so it's an improvement. But again, she's trending right in that general zone.
It's a good group. It's a really good group.
Absolutely. Hey, there's a 10.
Whoa. That was quicker shot,
It was.
She liked where it was and liked how it felt.
Oh, she knew it before it hit.
Yeah.
And a 9. Again, it's in that same general group, but it's improved. Another one right there next to the 10 ring this time, a 9.
Yeah. Looking super, super strong.
Yeah, this could be done in 2 more shots. And there's a 7 out the top.
Yeah.
Seven to win, and it's a 10-9 liner.
Whoa.
Oh, my goodness.
That is some amazing shooting.
That, ladies and gentlemen, that is domination from Joanna Cindy Zacco of Texas, now 3-peat.
That is crazy. She has to be beaming, and she is. You can see her smile ear to ear, which is super, super good to see.
And nice camaraderie among these American athletes. We've got, everybody, big smiles all around. Silver medal for for Diane, and another gold medal. A 3-peat for Joanna Zacco, Cindy Zacco. And Richard Fleming is going to elbow his way in there and get words with our champion in just a moment. It is official. The judges have called it. This is a done deal. Let's head down to the field of play where Richard
You like this, don't you?
I like this one better. It's at least, not a one arrow shoot off.
3 in a row for you now. Arizona Cup, Gator Cup, SoCal Showdown. How have you maintained this consistency?
Trying to be a good example for the kids back home.
Okay. What about the conditions out there? And Diane is a tremendous fighter. Actually, when she was walking off, she went, she always does this to me.
We joke about that, but honestly, she's a very strong competitor. It's always intimidating and humbling to shoot against somebody who does really well.
Coming into this, I know through qualification there was a little bit of a gap between Diane's scoring. I mean, when it comes down to this, how much of it is the mental strength, the mental side? Because again, when you and I spoke about this at Arizona Cup, stepping out on this stage in front of the cameras is a little bit different than being on the other field.
It's very different, and I do think, especially for Elam's period, there's definitely a mental game, and then taking it to a stage where people are watching you and you're the only ones they're watching definitely can mess with your head a little bit.
Well, the fact that you won Arizona, Gator Cup, now here, 3 in a row, do you feel the pressure? Is there an expectation now from others? Is there an expectation that you're putting on yourself?
I always have expectations of myself, but I also try to... I understand archery is anyone's game, and one never knows what's going to happen. So I do put a lot of pressure on myself, but I also will not beat myself up if there's ever an upset, because I try to do my best. And if I get beat by somebody better, that's great for them.
3 in a row? You're going to be at Buckeye?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay, we may see you there, but congratulations on the 3rd one in a row. Well done,
Thank you.
Cindy. Well done.
Well, thanks, Richard, and congratulations to Cindy Zacco for yet another big win, 3 in a row here for USA Archery's circuit. And USA Archery has lots of great supporters, including 2 that we were joined by in the month of April, and who have their names on this very broadcast. That is DataCore Fund Services and Verona Real Estate Group.
The husband and wife team behind those 2 companies sat down with us at Arizona Cup and offered a little insight into why they threw their support into the sport of archery.
Archery is just such a nice community of people. And it's a sport that can go for a long time, so you don't age out. So it can be somebody that is passionate, can just keep shooting. It's not like gymnastics or, just a really nice community.
From top to bottom, there's this culture of inclusivity. There's this culture of, we're all here to help each other. I remember last year when Audrey had an issue with her equipment, the U.S. team came together to help her between ends to fix it. And that meant a lot to us to see that although they're competing, but in terms of helping each other, we're one community. That meant a lot to both Adriana and I to see that level, and that really drove us closer to USA Archery. We saw that, it's in spirit of competition, we're all here, but at the end of the day, we walk away and I see, people high-fiving and hugging each other, and Audrey's made so much friends in the U.S. on the team and across. We made a lot of friends with the families here that we connect off-season. So it's this is the culture that we want to embrace. This is the culture we want Audrey to be around. And matter of fact, she's looking at opportunities of going to university and training in the U.S. too.
Tremendously appreciate the just incredible support that USA Archery is receiving from that couple. As we're back here in Southern California, it is getting brighter again and a little windier.
Brighter and windier. Right when that sun comes out, the wind picks up.
I'm George Tekmitchub, joined by Sawyer Sullivan, who, Sawyer, turns out you're not only a great archer, you're natural at this sort of thing.
I'm trying my best. I hope it's going all right.
I'm enjoying working with you a great deal. Hey, our Barebow men's match is about to get started. Could it be as good as what we just saw from the ladies? We just saw Cindy Zacco take home 3 in a row.
That was tremendous shooting, too.
Hey, you know what? She's really good.
Yeah, yeah.
But these gentlemen, I think they're going to do their best as well. Now, Raymond Huang from British Columbia, Canada, was the top qualifier by 28 points. 28 points. That's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, that is.
His opponent is going to be Chris Garcia from California, field champion, USA Archery field national champion, just took the gold medal at the national field that took place in, I believe, Indiana? Indiana or Illinois? The Midwesterners are going to come with pitchforks. I'm sorry. Indiana,
I believe.
Yeah.
But, he has definitely momentum
Yeah.
in his shooting process coming from there.
Well, I mean, here you have the #1 qualifier. Here you have arguably the man with the most recent major title in the United States. Both of these gentlemen shooting Barebows. Let's see here. They're both shooting Hoyts, and we'll see what kind of arrows they've got. You know that Doug Denton at Hoyt, he's been working with these Barebow folks a lot. That special weight on both of these guys' bows was developed with Barebow guys in mind. Barebow guys and ladies, of course. It's got a damping system in it. All right, so Raymond is shooting first, our shooter from Canada. And that did not waste any time. Put it in the 6 ring, though, a little low. Okay, here comes Chris. And a 10.
What a start.
Oh, boy. Well, that's what you want, obviously. And there's another low arrow. It's an 8 ring. I mean, left and right's pretty good.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. Just a little low. And that one's probably a 7. It's on the line like the TOS just said. Judges will make that call. And there's another one right there. He's got perfect line of arrows, but they're all low.
Yeah.
So, normally you'd say move your sight. In this case, move your crawl, I guess.
Right. Ooh,
and
he should take that set, though.
Okay, that's an 8.
Yeah.
And it looks like that will take that set. That'll play.
That'll play. That'll be 2-0. 2-0 for the
American.
Yeah, the American, Christopher.
That's right.
Home court advantage here being from California.
I would think, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what's going on with the wind right now? It feels to me like it's died down. Am I being fooled?
No, it's definitely died down, it seems. But definitely died down at the targets. I don't necessarily know what it's – we're in a tent, so I don't know what it's doing right on the archers.
Correct.
So you can't really tell with Barebow, too, because they don't have stabilizers.
Now, if we get a wide shot of the venue, you'd be able to see that we have a number of flags on the field of play that can give the archers at any given time a pretty good idea of what's going on, generally speaking. But there's buildings on the hillside behind us, and they tend to make the wind kind of break up and roll a little bit. And I believe it changes your perception right here on the line. And the arrow, on the other hand, is in clear air, so it gets a little more effect, right? But if you look at our USA Archery sponsor banners and you look at the big flag up on the hill by the visitor center, plus the American flag, the Easton Foundation's flag, and the California Republic flag over here on the far left side of the field, you can generally get a pretty good picture, almost a 3D image of what the wind is doing. And then we got these trees over here on the far right side of the field, and they do not look like they're showing a lot of steady wind right now.
No, it's definitely wind that's changing and variable, which is harder to hold in. So it's interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see how these archers hold in this wind.
Right. For a recurve shooter, I would recommend just hold it in the middle and shoot a strong shot.
Yeah.
I have to imagine the same is true of the Barebows.
Yeah, I would figure,
Okay. Scores are official and on the board. We have a 2-point advantage right now for the man from California, Christopher Garcia. Raymond Huang of British Columbia, the top qualifier today. He is trailing by 2 set points. Remember, the first archer to hit 6 set points will win the match. So you can do it in 9 arrows. Raymond shooting first on target number 1. And it's, again, a low arrow. Perfect left and right.
Yeah, he has the wind figured out where to aim.
Yep.
It's just,
now he just needs to pick up the elevation. And there's another in the gold, 9 points, 1-point advantage after the first shot of this set. And another one right down next to the first one.
That's, yeah, super good grouping.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, superior grouping. And a 10. You can't argue with that.
No, yeah, that was strong. He knew that one was there, too.
Yeah. Both of these guys have a very stable-looking shot process, and they're both quick at it.
That one was there.
That is a 10 for sure.
Yeah. He liked that one a lot, too.
Okay, so he's down 4. His opponent is down 1. This will do it if he puts it in the 8 ring. And it's a 7, so it's a split set. That should split the set after official scoring. So now it's going to be 3-1. And it's still going to be in favor of Chris Garcia of California, the field champion of the United States for 2024 in Barebow.
You have to say, too, that, Raymond might have a little bit more of an advantage. No, I mean, Christopher might have a little bit more of an advantage being left-handed. He's the left-handed shooter. I don't know how much wind this is affecting their bows, but, he can brace in the wind, like we were talking about earlier.
Yep.
Whereas
his natural hold for this left-to-right wind may very well be advantageous for him, is your point, yeah?
Yeah. Whereas Raymond, being a right-handed shooter, is having to brace more against the wind to correct for it,
Plus, he's the one facing the wind with very little between him and the oncoming wind front. Whereas you could say that Christopher's sort of dirty air because he's got other people outboard of where the wind's coming from. So it's going to be perceived a little differently.
Yep. When I'm shooting and it's a right to left wind, it's easier for me to get on the more of the front balls of my feet, to brace and lean
maintain that pressure. Yeah. Okay, scores are official and on the board. 3 points to 1 point, 2 point advantage for our archer from California, our current field national champion Christopher Garcia. So Raymond Huang of British Columbia shooting first, executes another fast shot, but that one's out in the 7 ring.
Yeah. He's quick. Quick shooter.
He is indeed, yeah. And a 10. 9. In fact, it's not just a 10, it's an X ring.
Yeah. He knew that one, too.
Yeah.
Looking strong.
Yeah, look how confident he looks. Well, they both look pretty confident. And there's a 9. Mr. Huang responding well, but...
Will it be enough?
Field archery is, in my opinion, a great benefit. It's 8 on that one. A great benefit to target archers. Have you shot much field archery?
I've shot a little bit of field. It's hard to get into it when I'm at school, but
sure.
I actually really just enjoy shooting a field
10
round.
On that one. Here's the thing about why I say that. Field teaches you how to manipulate your body in different angles. It's sort of the thinking person's aspect of things.
Should be in the gold there.
It is an 8 just out, and 2, 3, 4 on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another split set.
Another split set. 4-2.
Yep. Okay, these guys are they're gonna get their money's worth today.
Yeah, they're showing us a show.
This will go all the way.
But yeah, like you were saying, with field archery, it really taught me to, watch. I had a natural cant with my bow,
right?
And I couldn't in field,
nope.
Because then you're going to be missing further and further,
just
right or
wait
left.
For the side hills to show up. Yeah.
So I had never really paid attention to my bow because my bow would just cant, right?
Absolutely.
So I think it was super beneficial to me to start shooting field because it taught me to keep my bow straight up and down.
Yep.
I still can't bubble, aim off. Some archers decide instead of aiming off for the wind,
they'll bubble.
Yeah, they'll cant their bows intentionally into the wind.
The great American archer Darrell Pace did that back in his day. Our only 2-time Olympic individual men's Olympic champion. Darrell in 1976 and again in 1984. His technique was to cant off until AC arrows came along. Then he had to figure out a different way. Because it was such a radical departure at that time. And there is a liner. It's probably a 10. I'll bet the judges give it to him.
Looked like he was strong.
Uh-huh. Notice how he's almost like pulling to a dead stop the way he draws.
Yeah.
There's a 10.
Yeah.
My goodness.
These archers are putting a show on for
They
us.
sure are. Yeah. I like Chris's form. It's really precise looking.
Mm-hmm.
And
Ooh.
there's a 9 just out.
Ooh.
Just out.
Yeah. Looked like a good shot, though. I mean,
Both
Barebow,
of these guys
yeah.
are bringing it. This is as good as it gets for these guys, I'll tell you right now. And there's a 10.
Wow.
Smacked his arrow. Actually smacked his arrow. He's shooting as well as a lot of top-level recurve competitors right now for this set.
Whoa!
Oh, my goodness, it killed the spider.
That is some good shooting. He's got to be happy with that.
Okay. These guys are elevating each other, I bet. Rising to the occasion, but not that time. All right. Guess what? We have a tie.
Tie ball game.
That was an impressive show.
Yeah. It is. This has been a match.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're finding out why that fellow from Canada right there was 28 points up. He can bring it when he wants to.
Putting a show on.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what. It's always fun to watch people having fun.
It is.
And that's what we've seen all day today. We saw fun between Olivia and Paige. I think we mostly saw fun between Bodie and Mike.
I think so.
It's kind of hard to tell both of them.
Yeah, it is. Both of them put their game face on, and you don't know what's going on in their heads.
But unquestionably, we saw a lot of fun from the Barebow women, and we're seeing some fun right now from these two. There's not a lot of interaction between these two shooters, but they're interacting greatly with their coaches and having, a good time out here. They're clearly fierce competitors.
Yep.
So looking ahead to the Recurve women's matches and the Recurve men's match to wrap it up here at the beautiful field at the Easton Archery Center for Excellence in Chula Vista, California.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a field prettier than this one. Natural landscape, a couple different fields here.
5th set in this men's Barebow gold medal final here from the SoCal Showdown.
Yeah, he's bringing it.
9. Man, I don't know if I'd hit the target if I tried to shoot a Barebow.
I don't think I hit it many times.
I think I could throw the arrow and have more success. All right, there's a 9.
Yeah, that wind picked up way more on his shot, middle of the shot there.
Back in ancient history when we shot aluminum arrows, we'd compete with each other to actually sort of javelin the arrows at 90 meters by hand. And we had one guy, there's a 9. We had one guy, Jay Bars, had a technique. He could fling that sucker 100 yards.
Really?
No joke.
There's a 10. I can see that one from here.
You are correct, sir. That is a 10.
That was a good shot.
And a group, 999.
999. So a 9 will win him this match.
Yep. 9 to win. Anything in the gold will do the job. And it's an 8.
Oh, we have a shoot-off.
We have a shoot-off.
First shoot-off of the day.
Unofficially, we have a shoot-off. And I'll tell you what, I'm not surprised the way both of these guys are going at it. This is as good as it gets right now.
Both these archers shot super well.
Yep.
They both flipped a switch middle of this match and
Notice
said, I don't want to lose.
They turned it up.
Yep.
They turned it up. And each of them met the other's expectations. Yep. They both just got tighter and tighter and better and better. So it's all going to come down to a single arrow from each of these archers. We'll go back to the original shooting order, which is going to be our archer from the United States of America, Mr. Chris Garcia, our current national field champion. And then Mr. Huang of British Columbia will decide the matter one way or the other.
I'm excited for this one. This is a great match.
I got to tell you, I've been to university championships.
Yep.
Specifically in Japan, where they do shoot with clickers, but the way they do it is very much like the way the Barebow University shooters here in the U.S. do. They get a big crowd around them, and they just are shouting the whole time.
That's so fun.
The energy level is so high, and the fun factor is great, and it's just awesome to watch. You almost wish decorum would allow for the same kind of thing, because I'll tell you, the way these two are shooting, you almost want to shout for joy. It's really something to see.
You do. The Barebows are always the loudest and proudest.
They are.
When I was both years I've been to the collegiate nationals. The Barebow field definitely is the loudest and proudest.
That's what I was driving at.
Yeah, they have the most fun. They, they like to bring it. Maybe talk a little trash in there too.
Sure.
I've definitely heard more trash talking on the Barebow side than I have any other side.
Absolutely. Used to be the compound men thought they had the trash talking down, but they hadn't met the Barebows.
They hadn't met the Barebows. I know there was a little bit of trash talk today. Me and my good friend Chris Schaff had a match against each other, so we, all in good fun. But yeah, definitely like to throw some heat at each other.
All right, the new target faces are up.
5-5.
Now,
let's see it.
We are going to see what happens here. I predict the possibility exists. We will see a pair of 10s. It'll go down to distance.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Oh, but guess what happened just as that whistle blew?
Wind picked up.
Didn't just pick up, it shifted. It shifted. It's as if the archery gods are going, ha-ha, not today. Let's see what happens here. Clock is running. Oh, that's definitely gusting.
Yep.
And there's a 9. Challenge.
Good shot in the wind, though.
Challenge made. Challenge accepted. It is also a 9, but the winner on distance is going to be the man from Canada, British Columbia's Raymond Huang. Closer to center.
What a match. What a match.
We'll wait for the judges to make it official, but that is all she wrote. That was something else to see. There it is. It's official. Raymond Huang, the top qualifier, a man who came into this venue up 28 points on everybody else, and he takes it home to Canada. And a well-deserved silver medal for Christopher Garcia, the National Field Champion of the United States, now adding SoCal silver medalist to his resume. Very, very cool. All right. In just a moment, we're going to have Richard interview our champion.
How you doing?
You seem to be having fun out there. Was it fun, particularly with the shoot-off?
Yes and no. There's been too many close calls this weekend, but ultimately I did have fun.
And just talk us through going first. Now you've got to land it, but how much of that is a psychological advantage?
Well, I never realized that going first also means you have less time to set up, but you always apply the pressure. You always go first.
And you had to come from behind in this one. Chris is a tremendous competitor. He's just come from Field Nationals in Indiana, and you guys were going at it there.
He definitely is a top-notch competitor. I've been waiting a long time to shoot with him or against him. And what can I say? It's definitely a tough one, but you always go shoot first.
And why is that? Well, you say you've waited a while to shoot against him. Why is that?
It's fun to meet the other Barebows, right? I like the challenge. And yeah, shooting first, there is, I guess, the psychological factors of it.
How did you ease yourself into that match? And did you? Because you had to, as I say, you had to come from behind. So what's going through your mind at times like that?
I have nothing to lose. Just shoot my best arrow. It was a little tough at first, figuring out my crawls. Everything was definitely shooting hot, but you can see I was making my adjustments. I went from a 9 or 7, 9, or 8, and then into the 9, right? Figuring out my crawls and finally zeroed in from behind.
George and Sawyer, who were on the commentary, they were saying you guys were you were outdoing each other. You were helping each other raise your game as that match wore on. Did you feel that?
Definitely. I do feel that a lot of times in these competitions, everyone pushes each other to shoot better, shoot stronger, shoot the best arrows, because we're going to have to beat the other person. We cannot rely on the other person to make a mistake for us to capitalize on.
Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
Super impressive. That was an awesome thing to see.
Last month's final stages of the Olympic and Paralympic trials gave USA Archery staff the perfect opportunity to gather photos, interviews, and fun content during a media summit. We often get to see the end results of the interviews and photo shoots, but what really goes on behind the scenes? Well, here's a little video to offer you a little insight.
have this opportunity to compete in my second games under the U.S. flag is just amazing.
One of my biggest goals was to make this team so that my family can see me shoot in Paris.
Representing Team USA is awesome. It's really amazing to put USA and a flag on a jersey and wear that and represent your country.
There's nothing more special than wearing your country's flag on your shirt and representing that entire country. And to be able to do that at the biggest games in the world, it's going to be really special.
1, 2, 3.
Yep.
My name is Tracy Otto.
Hi, I'm Eric Bennett.
Hi, my name is Catalina G. Noriega.
Hi, my name is KJ Polish.
Hi, I'm Casey Koffold.
My name is Matt Stutzman. I'm from Fairfield, Iowa.
Hi, I'm Jerome White.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Musino.
Hi, I'm Brady Ellison.
We're going to Paris.
We're about to get back in action here at the SoCal Showdown Finals with the Recurve women and the Recurve men. And you know, Sawyer, without coaching, USA Archery wouldn't be nearly as strong as it is today.
Registration is open for the 2024 USA Archery Coaches Workshop, which is headed back to Colorado Springs. Taking place September 21st to 22nd, this event is a can't-miss opportunity for coaches looking to take their skills to the next level. Head to usaarchery.org and register today.
I'll tell you, without a coach, I would never have been in this sport, and that's exactly what I'm looking at right now. My coach, that's Dick Tone right there, who's about to coach Casey Koffold as she's about to head to the line.
And then you have Mike Schlosser coaching Gabby Schlosser.
Yeah.
So Mike was just out here shooting a couple matches ago, so he kind of has an advantage on telling Gabby what the wind's doing and what's going on.
You are precisely correct. Just like Paige Pierce was able to help Bodie.
Yeah, 100%.
Right?
Yep, you saw it. You saw the advantage.
Oh, for sure. Well, just the psychological advantage of having Paige freaking Pierce behind you and helping you score. My goodness.
Yep.
I mean, that's powerful right there. Speaking of powerful, here is the #1 ranked recurve woman in the world 2 times in the last 18 months from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. That is Casey Koffold. She is up against Gabby Schlosser, formerly the #1 archer of Mexico.
Yep.
Now the #1 archer of Netherlands, the leader of the group that took the Dutch women to the Olympic Games again for the first time in 32 years. This should be a great match. Casey's shooting first.
I've grown up shooting with Casey.
Yeah.
So I've watched a lot of her shooting.
I grew up shooting with her dad. Okay, Casey's opening arrow is a 7 low. That's not what I would expect. But you know what?
Everyone's been low.
How many times have we seen a 7 low for opening shots on that position? Something's going on wind-wise. And also, way out the left-hand side, also 7. So it didn't cost anybody anything here.
No harm, no
foul. As if we started from scratch. Casey with a 9.
Wind's dying up now.
Yeah.
Much stronger shot from Casey there.
No doubt. Gabby and a 10.
Yeah.
So Gabby with a 1-point advantage right now.
Yeah, that was a strong shot from Casey.
And there's a 10.
Yeah.
So Gabby can take this set with a 10.
Little movement there.
And that's an 8. So Casey takes the first set. Casey being coached by 1992 United States Olympic team coach Dick Tone, who also coached Jay Bars to the gold medal at the 1988 Olympic Games. Today, he continues to coach from his home in Arizona. coaching Casey as well as Jackson Mirich.
Yep.
And lots of other shooters. Mike and Gabby have been traveling the world for the last few years, traveling to tournaments, putting on seminars, just doing great work. I saw them in Taiwan last year, and they were shooting the tournament. They were enjoying themselves. We put on some seminars for the Taiwanese archers, and it was just, they were so well received. They're so well respected.
Yeah.
People from around the world love those two.
Both archers here are super, super influential in the sport.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So it's super good to see, two archers that are so positive.
Well, if you look at these four people standing on this field, Dick Tone, by the way, world team member of the United States back in the 1960s.
Whoa, yeah.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Right? Shot in the World Championships. Was holder of many records as a young shooter in Canada, of all places.
Really?
Was a top world field competitor. And then you got Casey Koffold, obviously the scion of a huge archery family, Rob and Carol Koffold.
Yep.
Rob was a hugely successful collegiate archer in his day.
Yeah.
And then you've got Gabby, coming from the Mexican archery program, top archer of that country, now the top archer in the Netherlands, and her husband, Mr. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's a lot of talent in front of us right now.
You can't forget Connor Koffold, though, as well.
Correct.
Connor is top at collegiate archery in almost every category.
Thank you for the reminder. Oftentimes, Connor is a little overlooked with his sister's success, but Connor is a top archer in his own right.
Yeah.
Okay, and 8 points for Gabby on that shot. Casey looking to bring it in with a 10.
Yeah, that was a super strong shot by Casey.
You noticed that absolutely was in the face of a bit of wind change. It did not phase her in the least. And Gabby up the upwind side.
Yep. When Casey gets in her zone, she's hard to beat.
Listen, here's the deal. Dick Tone is going to try to make her do this in 9 arrows. Dick's got a flight to catch. And he will have told her that. There's an 8.
Oh, the jinx. She knew it too.
Yeah. However, Gabby can bring this back with a 10, and that's a 9. Doors open for Casey to take this set.
Yep.
Just anything in the goal will do.
Longer hold.
Yeah, and the 10.
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
Nope.
Honey Badger don't care, as Rio Wild used to say.
Looking super strong.
Yeah,
Casey
notice how confident she looks.
Yes.
And I think that, the nice thing about Casey is she can go from that confident, steely-eyed missile woman look to being a happy person, like on the turn of a dime.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool.
Me and her growing up together, we've talked a lot about mental management, and just like shot process throughout the years. And me and her have very similar outtakes on mental management in archery and actually as a whole. So it's super nice to grow up with someone as respected as her and share the same views and values.
100%. 100%. What a great privilege that must have been.
Yeah. And then I actually she went to Texas A&M.
All right.
Yep. So I was able to go with her and her friends and her boyfriend. So it was, super, super awesome.
Then she started crushing Korean women and decided to just focus 100% on the Paris Olympic Games.
Yep.
And I don't mean to make light of it, but the fact is Casey is the only American woman to defeat a top-level Korean consistently in competition in the United States in the last 30 years. It is a remarkable achievement. And being world ranked #1. Whether you agree with the way the world ranking list is laid out or not, she is there. And that is a huge accomplishment for an American woman.
I know she got there last year at
First time.
Hermosillo for the first time.
Yep.
So I was there to celebrate with her.
Yep. Gabby Schlusser is delivering a 9. She is so good indoors. She is so good outdoors. You cannot give anything up against her. You've got to respect her every moment. Casey clearly does that, but that's an 8. Gabby's got an opportunity now to perhaps get back in this game. And unfortunately, that's a 7 out the top. And the bow sounded like it, too.
Yeah. Casey has a chance to capitalize here.
Yeah, and I bet you she does. Here we go. That is what we expect to see. That's a 9 from Casey.
Yep.
Casey can wrap this up with a 10 in the next shot, regardless of what happens here. And there's a 9.
Yeah, gold to win here.
Casey just needs the gold, as you say. Wait for it. Money.
Yep.
And that is the Dick Tone 9-arrow victory.
Yep. It's super, super awesome to see Casey so confident.
Oh, yeah.
So.
A well-earned silver medal for Gabby Schlusser. And in just a few moments, Richard is going to head down to the field of play and interview our winner. But in the meantime, let me mention to you that the USA Archery Sweepstakes gives you a chance to win some amazing prizes every week. The USA Archery Sweepstakes offers more than $100,000 in prizes, and there's no limit as to how many entries you can purchase or how many times you can win. You can buy those entries through August 1st. You can pick your favorite club at the point of purchase. 50% of each entry fee goes to the club of your choice. It's official, silver medal for Gabby Schlusser, our gold medalist, and her second victory on the USAT circuit this year. Lancaster, Pennsylvania's Casey Kaufhold, #1 in the world. And Richard is headed down to the field of play to have a chat with a beaming Casey Kaufhold as we're getting ready for the men's gold medal match right after this interview.
She is.
Good.
Yeah.
You had to bring your game again today. I mean, Gabby is quality. Did you feel any of that kind of the mental side of it from her?
Of course, Gabby is amazing. So it's been a long time since we've actually shot in a gold medal match together. So it was awesome to shoot against her. She shot great, and the wind out here is tough. Every arrow I aimed left, it hit left. So it was pretty deceiving. So it was a tough competition today, but it was great to have a awesome opponent like Gabby.
I mean, and it's strange to say, where do you think your form is right now after you've gone out and done that? But obviously, it's a huge year coming up, and it's about peaking at the right time. Where do you think you are right now?
I feel like I'm in a decent spot. I feel like I've been doing match play a little bit better than I've been doing qualifications recently, which usually for me, I feel like it's the other way around. I used to be like a really good qualifier, and then matches would be, fine. But I feel like they're starting to kind of even out, which I think is, for the most part, working in my favor. Matches is where, things really come down to it. And so I'm just focusing on my match game and my qualification game, of course.
And what does that planning look like over the next few weeks and months? Because as much as getting out on the range and practicing, it's the mental game, it's the rest, it's the hydration in the build-up to the big one in Paris. So do you map it out?
Yeah, it's a lot to map out before getting to Paris. So this was actually my second to last competition before the games, which is crazy to say. We have the Turkey World Cup, and that will be my last competition before the Paris Olympic Games. So it's crazy to think that, and so I have to make every arrow count. That's the biggest part. You have to learn everything you can, like leading up to the games, and really work on yourself. So I feel like every tournament this year I've learned something and been able to improve on it for the next one.
It's the guys coming up next, and I know they've got a big week coming up.
For sure.
I hear you guys are going out. Is there a bit of a cheer party? What's that going to involve?
I am so excited to go watch the guys shoot at the FQT, the Women's Olympic team. So me, Jenny, and Kat, we're all going out to support them, and I think that's huge because last time it was both of us shooting in the FQT, and so now it's a different dynamic, only having one team, and I didn't want them to feel like they weren't being supported, just being there by themselves. So I think it's great that we're coming together as Team USA to support each other.
And there's a mascot. Is it just a woman's thing, or are you taking the mascot with us? And just tell us, has the mascot got a name?
The mascot's name is Sam, after Uncle Sam, proud American name. And so Sam the Eagle will be joining the men with Coach Chris for the FQT. So make sure to watch for him.
Fantastic. Casey, well done.
Thank you very much.
I think I know what we're going to be hearing. We're going to be hearing a lot of yups from the American crowd.
Yep.
Led by Casey Kaufhold, the 9-arrow stinger. Once again delivering second win out of 3 for Casey. Pretty spectacular.
Super spectacular. Well, last month, USA Archery held the final stages of the Olympic and Paralympic trials. Among those to come through successfully were Brady Ellison and Eric Bennett, previously student and teacher at a high school in Arizona, and now both set to attend their 5th games. For Brady, the Olympics, while Eric will be heading to yet another Paralympic Games.
Hi, I'm Brady Ellison.
Hi, I'm Eric Bennett.
This is my 5th Olympic Games, and I shoot for Team USA.
And I just made my 5th Paralympic Games.
Making my 5th Olympic Games means a lot. It puts me in a select few athletes that's made 5 games, even in archery.
Making this team for the 5th time means everything to me.
Representing Team USA is awesome. It's really amazing to put USA and a flag on a jersey and wear that and represent your country.
One of my biggest goals was to make this team so that my family can see me shoot in Paris. And I'm really proud of staying in this sport for so long and accomplishing all the things that I've done.
The Olympics and the Olympic movement are so special because it's truly one of the only movements that brings the whole entire world together.
I have been on this journey for many years. My very first Paralympic Games was Beijing '08, and I'm proud to be going to Paris for my 5th Paralympics.
I've been on the world stage for quite a long time. I've been in almost every situation imaginable on the field, so being adaptable and being able to come into those type of situations and knowing what's going to happen or knowing what to fight for or knowing what kind of losing battle you have in certain situations is definitely where my experience comes in. For archery specifically, France has a rich, awesome, hardcore archery fan base. France isn't an overly huge country, right? But they still have one of the biggest archery memberships in the world. And so I think that we're going to have a bunch of people that understand archery, a bunch of people that are really excited archery in the stands. And I think that that's going to be awesome to feel their energy and to shoot in front of a lot of noise.
My best advice to anybody in any sport, but especially in para archery, is to take time to smile and enjoy it and have fun.
My advice to future athletes, no matter what sport you're in, is dream big.
I can't believe we're almost to our final match.
It's gone by so quick today.
And fun. I'll tell you what, this has been something else, and it's really been a pleasure working with you today, Sawyer. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, we are at the final match. It's time for the Recurve men. We've got the coaches coming onto the field to play. That's Alex from Texas A&M.
Alex Gilliam, a good friend of mine from Texas A&M.
And next to him, the man, the myth, the yup.
The legend, Chris Webster.
That's him.
My coach on the USA team.
There you are. And our competitors shooting on target, one from the great state of Washington, the 2021 SoCal Junior Champion, silver medalist of 2023. That is Gabe Anderson, who has been shooting extremely well. And then Jack Williams of California, the California Kid, Arizona Cup champion, Olympic team member for 2024. And I'll tell you what, it's Jack shooting first.
And the wind is just picked up just in time.
And let me tell you something. If Arizona Cup's an indicator, Jack Williams has the advantage in wind. We'll find out right now.
Both athletes here are on the USA team that I've traveled with. So both good friends of mine. So
I haven't gotten to know Gabe very well. I've known Jack for a number of years now. So I'll be counting on you to tell us about what you see with his form.
I got Gabe.
All right, Jack with his usual fairly long hold.
Looks strong, though.
Oh, yeah. 10 ring.
Yeah.
Dead center left to right.
He's looking back at the camera knowing that was a good one.
Yeah, he knew. It's his way. Mr. Anderson with a very good height out the right side. 9 points.
Still look like a strong shot from
him. Oh, absolutely. And remember, that's maybe the first time we've seen archers on this side of the field not stick one out on the left side.
A little bobble from.
Yeah, but it's still a 10.
Still a 10.
And it got the patented Webster yup. And another one right there. He's grouping. Another 9. So Jack just needs to punch one into the gold to take this first set.
Yeah. A little bit more wind on this.
Yes, you're right. And he's holding just a skosh longer. And an 8. So opportunity here. A 10 will tie the set. And there's a 9. So Jack hangs it on. Gets himself a 2-0 lead.
Looks like a good group, though, for Gabe.
So Gabe has really been strong in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Tell us about his development down at A&M. Who's doing the coaching there now? Is it still Frank?
Frank is the coach at Texas A&M, but Gabe
What a
actually
legend.
doesn't go to A&M.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Alex goes to A&M.
I'm sorry. You know, that's what confused me.
Yeah.
I caught myself there. It's Alex that goes to A&M.
Alex goes to A&M, yes.
Okay.
So
you know what? The purple shirt caught me.
yeah, right. They look exactly the same almost. But yeah, so Alex is a teammate that just won the national championship at A&M. So
there you go.
Frank and Lorinda Thomas coach.
Yep.
So yeah, great people, great program.
Yeah, I've known them forever.
Yeah,
I've known
people.
Frank for more than 30 years. Frank was a team leader on one of my teams back in the day. I believe my World Field team back in 2004.
Okay.
And you know, just you couldn't ask for a better team manager.
Yeah. You know, he's such a good guy. You know, and it's
and
good
Lorinda's
coach.
super experienced. You know,
Yeah.
the former Lorinda Cohen, just a super experienced competitor, and obviously been coaching forever.
Yeah.
So
you know, it's super fun shooting with them, and I know Alex and everyone feels the same way. So it's, you know, good camaraderie of team we have there.
it's nice. And still probably the strongest collegiate program in the country.
Yep.
You know, I would say in a well-rounded sense.
Yeah.
Right? You got a lot of very talented shooters coming out of some other schools like
Yep.
Columbia and some other places, but as an overall package, A&M still offers a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, we're back in action.
Gabe shooting first.
Yes. Target number 1, wind just shifted again. It's coming at us. And there's 9 just out of the 10.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what Jack does with this now. He's got some momentum. He's up 2 set points. And it's in the same exact spot, same exact hole if you were to intersperse the 2 targets as what we just saw from Gabe.
Yeah.
Pair of 9s.
Wonder if some wind played a factor in that.
Oh, no doubt. Also, the light has softened up more. And that's a 7. You don't want to see that. That's unusual. That can be something like top finger pressure.
Yeah. Longer hold again from Jack. A little bit of wind on his
But,
body.
you know, sometimes you see Jack with that long hold and you go, oh, no, and he just punches it down the center, just like he just did. 10 points. So I'm not gonna judge Jack's long holds anymore. I'll tell you that. I've learned my lesson. There's a 10.
Yeah, he found the middle. Good to see him laughing on the line.
Yeah. Yeah, both these guys are relaxed, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a 10.
Yeah.
So Jack taking it again. He has won both sets so far. Alex has got to, Gabe has got to step it up a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, down 4-0.
By the way, not shooting badly at all.
No,
Just,
not at all.
You know, just needs to raise to the level of Jack. And remember, Jack should be peaking out pretty soon.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Hopefully Olympic spots. You have to get Olympic spots
I'm
next
just
week.
going to say it. They're going to get their Olympic slot.
Yep.
Whether they get it by being on the podium or they get it through world ranking points, they're going to get it.
Yep. Yep.
And they've got to believe that. They've got to understand that, and they've got to know that so that it will happen.
Yeah.
But I believe sincerely that is how things will play out.
Yeah.
But, yeah, sure, there's a lot at stake. But at the end of the day,
they'll get it done.
We got the best guys going to get it done. So, you know, a lot depends on USA Archery's ability to bring medals back from the Olympic Games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at the sponsor level, sure, there's the prestige and that sort of thing. We're going to get some of that from the ladies, of course. But at the end of the day, it's money from the USOPC that is tied directly to every program in our sport, including compound and including Barebow.
Yep.
They all benefit from that Olympic money that comes from sending teams winning medals.
Olympics.
And so a lot is on the shoulders of our 3 men who are qualified to go. Solid looking shot. It's just shy of the 10 ring, just low. Maybe 3 millimeters. Boy, it's about as calm as it gets right now. I hope it doesn't freak Jack out too bad. It's 10.
Nope.
It shouldn't have been a 10, but it was a 10. I mean, look at that bow arm.
Didn't phase him at all.
He didn't care.
Looks strong for
10.
Gabe. Yeah.
X-ring.
He knew it too.
Yeah. This wind is now swirling, I think. I think it has 0 value on the arrow. A little quicker, dead center.
Looks super strong.
Well, I mean, my goodness. He just punched it right down the middle. This could be done in one more shot.
Yeah, Gabe needs to put some pressure on here.
Correct. Oh, that's not the way to do it.
Ooh.
Yeah, 6 points. Okay, it's all Jack Williams here. It's up to him. He can choose to win this thing outright. And he makes that choice with another shot in the gold, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Your winner is Jack Williams in straight set scoring. Making it look easy.
Great performance out there.
Not bad for a California kid. Second USAT victory of the season.
He's having such a strong season. You know, he shot super, super well in Korea.
Hey, he really did.
Yeah.
And, you know, Korea, I mean, think about it. I mean, you saw the venue. You saw what's going on. By the way, amazing facilities that these Koreans have built.
Amazing facilities.
Incredible place that they built in Yecheon just for archery.
Strictly archery.
Incredible place. And yet, you know, our guys were able to hold their own.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, and you, my friend, you did better than hold your own.
I appreciate it.
Coming back as the champion in both mixed and individual. So,
yeah, I'm still able to hold my head high after that one. So
all right.
That's good.
So we're going to go down to the field of play one more time in just a moment as soon as the archers get their accolades and get their coaches in order there. And I believe we're planning to do one more interview. It's Jack Williams who's getting his photos taken. Richard's going to grab the mic in just a moment. What a day that we have had here at SoCal as Richard makes his way with the microphone over to the California Kid.
You're sticking with that one?
Jack, 2 out of 3 USATs. And not just Gabe, Brady as well earlier on in the elimination rounds. I asked this question. Do you feel this coming into an event like this? Do you feel the form?
I mean, with the Olympics coming up, and then I leave literally tomorrow to go to Turkey to get the FQT spots. I've been really prepared. Tried some new stuff, and really just making sure that everything's totally dialed. The 15th is when we will know for a fact that we're going. So that's really the only thing that's been in my radar so far.
And what have the last few weeks been like? Because the preparation is mental as well as technical.
Very mental. I've been doing this for a long time. After Tokyo, I kind of knew what to expect, like going through trials and the whole system there. So as soon as I officially, made our team, now it's a matter of like, okay, we got to do what we did again. We've done it before in Paris last time before Tokyo, so we know what we have to achieve. Brady, Trenton, and I, we've all been clicking really well, and we've all been really supportive because we know how important everything is in Turkey.
And not just individual. I noticed you guys were practicing the team rounds, just that synchronicity. How did that go?
Everything has just been a kind of a building block through the whole season that, we learned stuff in Colombia that when we didn't get our spots there, that hey, we need to crack down and we kind of need to really help each other a lot. And now that Trenton, Brady, and I are the team, we're doing a lot more team bonding. We all went to La Jolla together, and we're really being supportive because we know how beneficial it is to just the overall team doing well.
Momentum is key. How do you feel your momentum is after today?
After today, and so far this year, my qualifications haven't been great so far, so I need to pick that up. But I'm really happy, especially with all the World Cups and the USAT matches. My matches are on point right now. So just that the last thing with the qualification round, tying that in, and then it'll be really good.
Spoke to Casey. Sam's going to be there, the mascot.
Yes.
How important is it to have the women there, just getting behind you guys?
Obviously, we don't need them for practice days, but it's going to be a huge benefit that they're flying in early to be there to still support us when we are there actually shooting for, what really matters. Because, they got their spots in Colombia, and super proud of them for that, and they want to show that same support that we were able to do for them in Colombia. And I'm really happy that they're able to do that.
Well, congratulations for today, and you do know that we're all behind you in Turkey, so good luck.
Thank you.
Jack Williams with his second big win of the season, the California Kid taking it home with gold medal here in the state of the Golden Bear. Maybe we'll call him that going forward.
Golden Bear.
The Golden Bear.
The Golden Bear. I like that.
What do you? Golden Bear might work.
Yeah.
Golden Bear. We'll have to Well, let's let the listeners. Here's the deal. When this is up on YouTube, leave a comment if you like Golden Bear more than California Kid.
I like Golden Bear more than California Kid.
Jack Williams may become the Golden Bear. All right, then. Well, listen, this has been a tremendous day, not in the least because I've really enjoyed working with you, Sawyer. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been a pleasure. I have never done anything like this before, so it's been super cool to try it out.
Well, let me tell you something. You might possibly have a side gig going on here if this is something you want to do, because you did a great job. Well, that is all we have here from the 2024 Easton Foundation SoCal Showdown. My thanks to Sawyer Sullivan, champion of the Korea World Cup, champion of the mixed team in the Korea World Cup, future champion, past champion. What a compound competitor, and what a great insight I had from Sawyer here today. Really appreciate you, sir.
Thank you.
Our next broadcast will be the final USAT event of the year, the Rebel Gear Buckeye Classic, which happens at the end of July. Before that, we want to wish the United States team, including Jack Williams, all the very best as they head off to Turkey for the final qualifying tournament, seeking to secure their full quota for the United States for the men in the Olympic Games. And don't forget, for any upcoming events, go to usaarchery.org for all the details. I want to thank our broadcast title sponsors, Verona Real Estate Group and Data Core Fund Services, and to our presenting sponsor, Win and Win. From myself, George Tekmitchov, my co-commentator Sawyer Sullivan, and from all of us here at USA Archery in Southern California at the Easton Archery Center for Excellence, thanks for joining us, and bye for now.